All right, let's talk about one of the most legendary and, let's be honest, mysterious tools in all of finance. Today, we're going to crack open the black box that is the Bloomberg Terminal. So, the very first thing you need to know about a Bloomberg Terminal? The price tag. Get ready for this. For 2025, we're talking about nearly $32,000 for one person, for 1 year. Yeah, you heard that right.
Okay, so that begs the question, right? Why on earth would anyone pay that much? Well, for the roughly 350,000 people who use it, it's so much more than just a piece of software. I mean, think about this quote. It's called the engine powering today's global financial decisions. It's basically the central nervous system of the financial world.
And this is it. This is what it looks like. You know, you might be expecting some flashy modern UI, but no, you get this iconic black screen with all this text. It totally feels like a throwback, right? Like something out of the 80s. But don't let that fool you. This is a live, direct portal into the beating heart of the world's financial markets. So that brings us right into our first section. We're calling it Wall Street's Black Box. Let's actually unpack what this machine is, this thing that's so essential for hundreds of thousands of finance pros. Okay, so the key thing to get here is that this is not just a computer. Not even close. It's a whole financial ecosystem all wrapped up in one package. I'm talking real-time data from literally everywhere, crazy powerful analytics, its own news service, super secure messaging. You can even trade on it. It's the whole shebang, all in one place. All right, so what's it actually like to sit down and use one of these things? Let's dive into our next section, inside the machine. How do you even begin to navigate this universe of data? Well, it all starts with this crazy-looking thing, the custom Bloomberg keyboard. Just look at it. The colors aren't just for show. The red keys, those are basically your stop buttons. The green ones, like that famous Go key, that's how you execute a command. And the yellow keys, those take you straight to specific market sectors, equities, commodities, you name it. The whole thing is designed for one thing and one thing only, pure, unadulterated speed. Now, to actually use that keyboard, you got to learn the language of the terminal. And that language is all about something called mnemonics. It sounds complicated, but really, a mnemonic is just a short, memorable command, a shortcut that you type in to get to a specific function. Seriously, just think of them as cheat codes for the entire world of finance. So here's how it works in the real world. You want the top news stories of the day? You just type top, hit that green go button, and boom, it's there. Need to dig into a merger? Type MA, hit go. Want to see a company's full financials? FA, go. Track global markets? We, go. It's basically like having a command line for the global economy.
Which, of course, brings us right back to that mind-boggling price tag. So for our next section, let's talk about the $32,000 price tag. We're going to look at why it costs so much and who's brave enough to try and compete with it.
So yeah, Bloomberg is definitely the king of the hill, the undisputed leader, but it's not the only game in town. You've got some heavy hitters trying to take a piece of the pie. There's LSEG, that's the London Stock Exchange Group. They're really strong in things like foreign exchange, and honestly, their platform looks a bit more modern. Then you've got FactSet, which is a much more cost-effective option, and people love it for its customization and deep portfolio analysis tools. And here's how it all breaks down when you look at the price. You've got Bloomberg way up here, around 32 grand. LSEG comes in at about 22,000, and FactSet, their professional package can be as low as $12,000. So it's pretty clear, right? Bloomberg is charging this massive premium for that all-in-one ecosystem and what we call network effects. Basically, everybody else is on it, so you need to be too. Okay, so I know what you might be thinking. A command line interface, a weird keyboard? This all sounds a little, old school, doesn't it? Which brings us to a really interesting part of the story. Bloomberg's AI evolution. How is this legendary legacy system actually adapting for the future? You know, there's a great quote from the Financial Times that really captures this. They once called it the MS-DOS for finance nerds, and that nickname has totally stuck. Because look, it's unbelievably powerful for sure, but it's not exactly user-friendly for a generation that grew up on iPhones and clicking on icons. But here's the thing. Bloomberg is not just sitting around collecting checks. They're making a huge move. By the end of 2025, they're planning to roll out a brand new, powerful AI tool. We're talking about an AI that can pull together documents, compare competitors, and answer really complex questions, all from you just typing in plain normal English. This is a huge step beyond that whole world of mnemonics. So what does that actually mean for someone using it? Well, imagine this. You could just type in a question like, hey, summarize the last 3 earnings call transcripts for Palantir and show me how they stack up against their main competitors. And the AI will just do it. It'll go find the data, it'll analyze it, and it will even build tables for you that you can just copy and paste right into your reports. It's a total game changer. Okay, so let's bring this all home. Final section. The ultimate financial tool. We're going to talk about why any of this matters and what you should really take away from all this. So after everything we've gone through, the price, the keyboard, the AI, it all boils down to one simple question, right? Is the Bloomberg Terminal actually worth the money?
And you know what? The answer is it totally depends on who you are. If you're an institutional trader, if you work at a massive hedge fund or a big bank, the answer is a resounding yes. It's the industry standard for a reason. But if you're an individual investor just managing your own portfolio, the answer is a hard no. Not even close.
Because for the rest of us, the world of financial technology has just completely exploded. There are so many powerful and affordable alternatives out there. I'm talking about platforms like Yahoo Finance, TradingView, FinViz. These things offer professional-level tools for a fraction of the cost, or in many cases for absolutely free. You can basically build your own custom research command center and get most of what you need.
And really, that gets to the core of the whole thing, doesn't it? So I want to leave you with a question to chew on. In an age where data is literally everywhere and becoming more accessible by the day, what is the real price of having an information advantage?